up, witches? Celeste Silver Cord here. Going ahead and launching 13 moons, 13 rooms for the Witch's New Year instead of waiting for the Gregorian calendar's New Year. I don't want to get too lit. Don't set me on fire. I have a fire extinguisher under my desk. All witches should have a small portable. You can get them at like camping stores. Should have a small portable fire extinguisher. Always fire safety, y'all. Always. This won't be a problem. The sage is being problematic and not wanting to go out for me lately. Yeah, going on the light here. Is that any better? No, not really. Better that way? All right. I'm all distracted by it. I've noticed everybody has been too. Weird things have been going on technologically wise for everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to go through the rundown of what I channeled for this moon and the spell that I have chosen and the rune that I have chosen and why and all of that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So with the moon being where it is in Taurus at 8 degrees, I got the hunter seeks the truth. Our isolation is teaching us where we need to change and to stop obsessing and to stop the obsessions that are just nothing more than escapism right now, and to focus more on education. So it's like a lot of us, and now I joke around with my friends about this too. We talk about how we stalk people on Facebook, and it's like people that really doesn't have anything, like friends of friends and things like that. You know, you'll fall in those Google holes where next thing you know, you're like looking at some person's pictures of their pets that isn't even the person you originally started looking at. It's a form of escapism, guys. You're escaping into somebody else's life to avoid facing your own and educating yourself in areas that you have been neglecting. All right, so that's the energy that the moon is bringing. Then we got the sun in Scorpio at 8 degrees as well. 8, I'm going to tell you, 8888 is a big angel number that's playing out this full moon. And 2222 is also big numbers that are playing out this month. So back to the sun at Scorpio at 8 degrees. So this is death and rebirth. It is a time to choose a new you, to honor your ancestors and release their karma. Forgive your ancestors for being the products of their time, but you can still carry their strength, their lessons, and their love with you, all right? Release disappointment and start moving forward. Engage in the world in new ways, okay? Then we got Mercury in retrograde in Libra, also at 8. It goes direct November 3rd, so this is the last week of it, y'all. And it says, the world feels kind of unbalanced and unfair. A need to break free, like there's no movement. Letting go of obsessive escapism, that's the letter 8, in seeking education. So that's the 8 still playing into the Mercury lessons too. It's like, how do you find that balance? You have to balance out what you are trying to escape from and start fixing what you're escaping from. Then we got Venus in Libra at 4 degrees, which is very happy in Libra, okay? That's their planet. So the heart seeks fairness, stability, and harmony. The heart needs time to recuperate and contemplate where it truly lies. So once you have to face what you're escaping, you need to find where your heart truly lies with that. You know, what are you escaping? What do you need facing? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to hold on to? That's how you're going to find your balance. You need to start moving things back and forth on your scale and leveling that out. What we got? We got Uranus in retrograde in Taurus at 8. Bringing in 8 as well. And it says this brings enlightenment in areas to where we trap ourselves, where we need change, and where we are checking out. We are avoiding engaging in the world. Who else is scared of even answering their phones and talking to people right now? Got to get past this, guys. It is a major blockage at this point for a lot of people. All right, so we got Mars still in retrograde. It goes direct November 13th. So this is the last couple weeks of it. It's I believe we've pretty much passed it at this point. So, but it's bringing in number 7 at 16 degrees of Aries. So it's the warrior seeks where deceptions are nothing but our own illusions, and where to persevere over competition, putting your efforts into vision and investment. So that's been a big theme too. Competition. Who should you be in competition with? It's not going to be other people who do the same job as you. It's not going to be anything like that. It's not, other people who are interested in your boyfriend or anything like that. None of that is your competition. Your only competition in this world is you. Are you better today than you were yesterday? Are you making better choices today than you were yesterday? Are you putting your investment into your visions and your goals, or are you putting all your energy into negatively casting at somebody else? Right? Right? Your success is not dependent on somebody else's failure. Your success is dependent on how much work you put towards your success. All right, we got Neptune and Pisces at 18 degrees, bringing the number 9. This is intuition leads you to uncover secret truths. Crisis and burdens are amplified to show you where you need to establish alignment. That's what I'm saying with the Mercury retrograde and everything else that's going on over the last couple of months, couple of weeks. All these retrogrades are supposed to do is highlight where you're avoiding things. What? It's just pretty much the screaming child. It's the toddler. It's going to keep pitching a fit until you figure out what's wrong with it. It can't speak to you in any other way besides pitching a fit until you go and what? And you got to go and change its diaper and feed it and burp it and you can't figure out anything else and you got to take it to the doctor. I mean, you can't just let it cry it out, only lasts for so long. Eventually you need to address the situation. All right. Okay, so then we got the trio in Capricorn. We got Jupiter at 20, Pluto at 22, Saturn at 26, bringing in 8 again. So you get the expansism with the number 2, right? So it's making a choice on where you want to expand. You got that 22 in death and rebirth, so it's really a manifesting number. What? Yeah, there's a major death going on for a lot of ego deaths, a lot of hitting the end of relationships, a lot of having to cut cords from people who are toxic that is going on right now. But with all those things that are dying out, there is a rebirth. And with the 22, you can renew yourself right now. And it's a master manifesting number. So it's like the Phoenix. Do you want to be reborn into new energy? The choice is up to you, or do you just want to burn out, right? Control and structure is bringing that 8 again. All about where is your focus, okay? So the message that I got for the 3 of them, because they've been so close together, I've just been rolling all their messages together. It is a time to release addiction and obsession that you know better. It's time to release the addiction to the obsession that you know better than the universe. Time to release what you thought was supposed to happen and start being adaptable. Mastering the master manifesting number 22 with Pluto, you can recreate your own world when you release your need to control other people. I don't know about y'all, but there's a massive amount of narcissists that have come to light. And just because you're an empath doesn't mean you can't be a narcissist. If you're walking around constantly crying how everybody else's emotions affect you, other people are not allowed to be upset with you or anything else like that without you flying off the handle, understand that is a form of narcissism. But I did something that hurt your feelings. My feelings are hurt that your feelings are hurt that something I did hurt your feelings. How does that make any sense? Watch out for those people. They're everywhere too. They're just as bad as the classic narcissist. All right. You got the North Node at 22 degrees of Gemini. The purpose here is love, people. True and unconditional love between twins has no expectation and is based on a platonic foundation, is the message that I got from that. A lot of you guys want to claim to be twins and nobody would treat their siblings the way you guys are treating each other out there. That your counterpart's supposed to be your brother or your sister. That's the connection on the higher levels. You're just making it romantic on the 3D. And it's great if you guys can, work it out that way. But if you can't have it, it's your way or no way, that's how you lose that game. And understand, too, that not everybody came here to play that level of game. And for those who didn't, it's still the same message. if when you remove the sex from your relationship, if there's no platonic foundations, of course it's not going to work. And this is a lot about addressing platonic friendships and things of that nature too, because a lot of people suffer from third parties, from allowing other people to interfere in their relationships. Okay? Now, for the casting that I'm doing, get up there so you guys can get a screenshot of it if you want it. All right. So for the casting that I'm doing, I am using my runes, which I got the Sycthe here, and it is on Snowflake Obsidian. So the Sycthe or the Sycthe, or however you want to pronounce it, I'm probably saying it wrong, is the symbolism of it is cutting cords to create rapid change, cutting out toxicity to create rapid change in your world. Snowflake Obsidian dissolves emotional blocks, where you're blocking yourself from seeing the truth about people that you need to cut out of your life, quite honestly, all right? Now, you're going to be using a white candle. You're going to be carving the Sycthe symbol into it, right, for those cords that you want to cut. The white candle, the white represents protection and purification and purpose. What? I am removing all blocks that prevent me from achieving my purpose, okay? The white also contains all colors and is most linked to the moon. Since we are doing this in the full moon, this is essentially kind of like calling down the moon in this area too. You're calling upon opening yourself up to the strength of your ancestors, which is going to be the spell I'll get you in a minute. All right, I got the spell paper. I use spelled paper. What I mean by spelled paper is I make I use flowers and wild berries and things like that to make an ink, and I paint my paper with it, and then I dry it, and then I use that as my blessing papers. So on the spelled papers, we will put the chant and on one side, and then on the back of that, you will write whatever letter or whatever letter that you would write to either someone who has passed or your ancestors in general. For the herbs that I'm going to be using for this casting, I picked chamomile, which brings the power of the sun. So we got the white candle, represent calling down the moon. We're going to be using chamomile, which is bringing in the power of the sun to burn away these toxic connections and bring us out into the light. And Palo Santo to purify and cleanse the space of any negative spirits, hexes, or attachments. All right, the oil that I'm going to be using is, I call it angel oil. And essentially, it's a mix of frankincense and copal and some other things like that. Look, you can get like that 7 archangels resin mix. Grind that up in your mortar. Pour it in some olive oil or grapeseed oil or any type of carrier oil. Mix it up, and then you have your angel oil for the petitions. All right, so you'll put the chant on one side, your letter on the other, right? And on the side with your letter, you use the oil. Always cleanse your space first with, I would save a little bit of the 7 archangels and the chamomile and Palo Santo blend. Put it on your charcoal tab or whatever to clear out the area. And then you will do calling your circle, however you call it, whatever deities you call upon, whether you use angels, dragons, elementals, watchtowers, that does not matter. Your magic is supposed to be your own, all right? So you will do all that and create your space and create your circle, and then within your circle, you will do the chant. You will read your letter to your ancestors. You'll take the oil. I always draw a pentacle. You can also draw the Sycthe symbol or any symbol, geometric symbol that means something to you to seal in with the oil, your intents there. And then you will sprinkle it with the herbs. You will seal it then with the candle wax. You will fold it. I always fold 3 times. 3 times 3 make it be. Then you will burn it and drop it into the bowl that you've created. I just create a dish. You can use your mortar for this as well. You just put dirt or salt in the bottom of it, the charcoal tab on the top. If you have a charcoal burner or cast iron thing, awesome. That's what you would use. But yeah, that is what I use as my cauldron on my tables. If you would like to see the altars and everything else like that, come on over to the Coven of the Silver Sword. It's in this description. It's on Facebook. I share pictures of my altar and all that good stuff. This casting I will be doing as a group on 11/11 on October 31st, Eastern PM time. All right, for the chant, I call upon those who came before me. I call upon warriors and healers. I open myself to your love, strength, and guidance. I release all bonds attached to me. I cut all cords that drain me. I reflect all negativity casted at me. I call all my power back to me. I am a magical entity. Ancient knowledge from times gone past come back to me lightning fast. And though it harm none, do this I will. All right. So that is, I got through that pretty quick, actually. That is the big message that I've got going on. As always, feel free to ask me questions in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer anything for you guys. Also, come on over to the Coven the Silver Cord on Facebook. That link is down there as well. And we will be doing more. The spell is up there. The spell spirals up there and all that good jazz. And how to get more involved in these kind of castings. 13 Moons, 13 Rooms will be a full year practice. It will go from this moon. I will work through all 13 rooms depending on the full moon and the energies they're in with a spell. Starting from now, every full moon until the next, which is New Year's. All right, y'all. As always, please like, share, subscribe, spank my bell, tell me that you like it. And yeah, I'm going to try and be back, if not later today, tomorrow, with an all signs for this full moon. I love y'all. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and windy paths with me. And I'll see you later.